What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler and today I'm reviewing the brand new, or I guess updated, Adidas Ultra Boost DNA. I feel like it's 2016 all over again. The original Ultra Boost sneaker released back in 2015 as a performance running sneaker, but quickly rose to prominence because of the fact that it featured Boost in the midsole, and also Kanye wore the all-white pair in a concert. Those of course weren't the only reasons that this sneaker became insanely popular. It had some pretty incredible collaborations, and it was also known as probably the most comfortable sneaker ever made, at least at that time. Since 2015, Adidas has been updating the Ultra Boost silhouette pretty much every year. And up until the end of 2018, the Ultra Boost silhouette remained relatively the same because all Adidas really changed was the prime knit pattern. However, in the end of 2018, Adidas decided to completely overhaul the sneaker and create what is now known as the Ultra Boost 19. That version of the Ultra Boost was very heavily performance based, and so was the Ultra Boost 20 that came out the next year. And as good of a shoe as the Ultra Boost 19 and Ultra Boost 20 are, they just don't have that same sort of appeal that the original Ultra Boost silhouette has. Now to be fair, near the end of 2018, the silhouette's popularity was waning, and I think people were just getting sick of the silhouette, so it makes sense that Adidas decided to update the shoe. But by moving away from that classic Ultra Boost silhouette, it seemed to sort of alienate some Ultra Boost fanboys. So for the past 2 years, since the initial release of the Ultra Boost 19, people like myself who love the original Ultra Boost silhouette haven't had a lot of options when it comes to this sneaker. Sure, there's been some retros of popular colorways and some new versions of the shoe which feature like weird new materials and colorways that, to be honest, kind of suck, but there haven't really been any new versions of the original Ultra Boost to kind of keep us Ultra Boost heads going. But seemingly out of nowhere, Adidas decided to quietly drop the Ultra Boost DNA, which to be honest, I didn't even know had come out, and I think it's been out for a couple months at this point. And I've got to say personally that while this is kind of just more of the same, I'm finally excited about the Ultra Boost again. One thing I have noticed though is that Adidas seems to have changed the name of all the previous Ultra Boost silhouettes, 1.0s through 4.0s and now the DNAs, to just the Ultra Boost DNA. If you go on Foot Locker's website, there are pairs of Ultra Boost 2.0s that are now just called the Ultra Boost DNA, so I'm assuming that's just what they're calling all the Ultra Boosts that look like this sneaker, which to be honest kinda sucks. I guess Adidas is just trying to slim down their line, so there's only really two kinds of Ultra Boost to buy, the newest version, the 20, and the DNA, but it still kinda sucks that you're losing some of that, I guess, history. So with all of that being said, if you would like to grab a pair of Ultra Boost DNAs, they still sell for the same retail price, $180. And like I said, you've got tons of options to choose from because now apparently every older pair of Ultra Boost is just an Ultra Boost DNA. What I do want to focus on in this video is sort of the newest version of the Ultra Boost DNA, or what I'm assuming is sort of the Ultra Boost DNA flagship. This version is seemingly the latest version of the Ultra Boost DNA, and it features a couple details that seem to make this shoe a little bit more premium and more lifestyle focused than previous versions. So finally, actually jumping into the Ultra Boost DNA, the upper of the sneaker is covered in prime knit. However, even though the Ultra Boost DNA is using the same material that's been used on Ultra Boost since the beginning of the Ultra Boost, the knit pattern has changed up slightly. The toe of the sneaker comes in primarily white with these light cream accents woven throughout. I love the triple white look of this Ultra Boost DNA because I feel like it dropped at just the right time, and once we can finally go outside, hopefully when there's still some summer left, summer is the perfect time to rock white sneakers. One thing you may notice if you look closer at the prime knit on the toe is that there doesn't seem to be really any knit pattern whatsoever. There's no ventilation holes like there were on any of the previous Ultra Boost models. Instead, you've just got a solid knit, which still feels great to the touch and is still very stretchy, and actually only really changes up when you get towards the tongue portion of the shoe. At the base of the tongue, you've got this slightly stretchier line of prime knit that's not very noticeable, and then as you move up farther on the midfoot, because the shoe doesn't really have a separate tongue, you'll notice that the prime knit pattern changes back to what it was on the toe. Above the prime knit, you've got your standard flat Ultra Boost laces, which actually weave through a very classic looking Ultra Boost midfoot cage. Unlike previous versions of the Ultra Boost silhouette, it looks like Adidas has actually opted to use a pressed leather material for the midfoot cage, which gives it a slightly more premium look. It doesn't seem to function any differently than previous cage materials, but in my opinion, it does look nicer. Near the top of the tongue, you've got this light gray suede panel with the Adidas sportswear logo debossed into it, and then moving inside the sneaker, you've got this bright white, really nicely padded sock liner. I really love the ankle area of the OG Ultra Boost because it's nice and wide so you can slide your feet into it, but because the sneaker is sort of a sock-like one-piece booty construction, your feet aren't going to slide out when you're walking, even if you don't tie your laces. The padding around the ankle area of the shoe feels great, it's unchanged from previous Ultra Boosts, and then from the midfoot to the toe of the sneaker, your foot is just up against this raw Primeknit, which is super soft, feels like a sock on top of your socks, and is really nice and breathable. The insole of the shoe is pretty simple and just comes in white with this bubbly Boost text printed in black. As for sizing and fit, these fit pretty much just like every other pair of Ultra Boost 1.0s through 4.0s and now Ultra Boost DNAs, which for me is true to size and for you it might be something different. But as I always say, because everyone's feet are unique and different, if you have the chance to try this shoe on first before you buy it, or any other pair of Ultra Boost 1.0s through 4.0s, make sure to do that to make sure you're grabbing the right size for you. Continuing back on the shoe, you've got another sort of semi-premium detail with this suede heel counter with the Ultra Boost logo debossed into it. Moving around to the heel of the shoe, you've got some more Primeknit covering up the heel tab area and wrapping all the way around the ankle. And then moving down on the sneaker, you get to that super cushy and super soft Boost midsole. From what I can tell, the Boost midsole on the Ultra Boost DNA has remained relatively unchanged from the Ultra Boost back in 2015. And in my opinion, that's just fine. It's still just as comfortable as it used to be. It still looks like styrofoam, which I actually don't mind. And overall, it's one of the best midsole technologies that's available on the market. And when you combine the Boost midsole for underfoot comfort and also the Primeknit upper for that super soft sock-like fit, this shoe is again one of the most comfortable shoes I've ever worn. And then finally, moving to the bottom of the sneaker, you've got your white stretch web Continental rubber outsole. In a lot of ways, the Ultra Boost DNA is just kind of more of the same. But for me, it's more exciting than that because it shows that Adidas does have some commitment towards keeping this version of the Ultra Boost around. And in my humble opinion, this all-white colorway of the Ultra Boost DNA is fire, especially for the summertime. Yes, the standard Ultra Boost DNA is still a pretty expensive shoe at $180, but you should be able to find some colorways on sale. Like for example, I found this exact pair on sale at footlocker.com for just $160. But now I would love to know your thoughts on the Ultra Boost DNA and what you think of Adidas sort of reviving this Ultra Boost silhouette. So let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next one.